So I didn't end up getting anything done. Let's get a couple of more videos set here.
Rift Guardian's dead.
Ooh. Ooh. Well, damn, you ain't messing around. I just hit the button.
I was in here when you joined.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was already like halfway done.
Gotcha. I was like, holy shit, man.
I'm just that fast.
You're moving like the wind. Let me get one more setting dialed in here.
So I augmented my first piece.
Oh, nice.
So I finished the season journey. You have stones?
Yeah. What's going on, Kermit Zoom?
How many you got?
I have got 32. I did a few. In fact, I got my gold set on right now. I should probably change that. God, one of those ooey low-level gems. I gotta run over to the merchant to get rid of it. Alright, let's see.
So I'm running the new pet and the new portrait.
That's not a bad looking pet. It didn't look as good on the little preview. It is kind of big.
It's a bat, like with something over its head, like a cape or something.
Huh. The portrait looks cool too. I need to get off my butt and get that done.
What you got left?
Oh, I haven't done shit. Let's see. I got all those mechanical.
I forget.
All of those infernal machine people. The set dungeon. More infernal machine people and mastering a set dungeon. Make a hellfire amulet. Kill a couple of random dudes. I don't have that much to do really. It's just a matter of getting off my butt and doing it. It's just so easy to get the whole just one more mentality going, you know?
Oh, with the rifts? Yeah. I was running hundreds to level up some gems.
Oh, dang.
So I did my first augment with 100. I didn't realize, I forgot that esoteric caps at 100, because that's what I was leveling for augments.
Oh, really?
So I tried to go to 100 and, 101, and I was like, oh, crap.
Going on there, Gabe?
I killed them up over here. I don't know if there's any engines.
I think I've got all the engines I need. I don't even remember how to do that stuff. I don't remember where to queue it up or where to use it. I'm good with doing anything now. We don't have to do that. We can do anything you want.
I just figured we can do it real quick. It doesn't take much.
Oh, well. I mean, that's fine. Do you have to have those keys on you?
Yeah, I've got a set.
Oh, you only need one set. Use inside a tainted abode.
Just one of each.
Gotcha. The Realm of Regret. Well, that took forever. I don't know why I haven't done this stuff yet. It's so fast, you know.
I swear to God, bosses in this game die like Pee Wee Herman in the Buffy movie.
Sorry, Mr. Vile Executioner. Shit did not go well for you today.
This used to be difficult.
Was it? I never did it when it was
like
difficult.
6-7 seasons ago, maybe.
All I've ever done it is when it was easy peasy.
You running fucking.
He's bolting. Like, I want none of that. I gotta farm one of them a bit to make the Hellfire Amulet, don't I?
Do you need a Hellfire Amulet?
That's part of the season journey.
No. I mean, they're dropping it right now.
Oh, I thought I had to get a bunch of the things.
You only need one. One of each.
Okay.
And buy the recipe in Act 2.
Yeah, I played PoE. I like PoE. My biggest complaint with it is them making you go through that grueling story every season. And that's why I choose Diablo over PoE. You know, when I play a seasonal character, I'm like only into the game for a few weeks. So I want it straight to the point, no bullshit. I don't want to have to grind through that boring ass story, you know? And
yeah, like we get to 70 in what, like 3 hours, and even that kind of sucks.
Right. Right.
Just start us at 70. I don't understand that whole thing.
Well, that and shit, all you gotta do is sleep in the first day, and then the next day you're insta 70 because all your friends are already 70.
Yeah, but that's kind of a dick move.
It's definitely kind of a dick move, but hey, I'm not gonna lie, I've done it before. I mean, I didn't do it intentionally, it just worked out that way.
What do you got now?
Oh, let's see. Oops. Let's see. Two different. I gotta run a set dungeon, master a set dungeon, make the Hellfire Amulet, kill Rakanoth and Aranai.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that stuff later because I can't help you do a master.
Yeah. It's all super easy. I mean, the two mastery dungeons is it. 40 powers into Kanai's cube. I'm nowhere near 40. But
You used to be able to group up for master dungeons, like everyone would get credit, and then I don't know, they changed it. I remember helping people with the Demon Hunter stuff, and now only one person can get credit.
right. Yeah, I only got 11 things in the cube. I got a long way to go.
It's not hard to get.
Yeah, it's easy peasy. It's just a matter of running those stupid bounties, you know?
Yeah, well, the split T16s only take like 15 minutes now, so
Yeah.
just 2 games and you have enough.
Yeah.
Are you leveling new gems or?
I've got everything to do. I still haven't pushed any of my main gems up. They're at, what, my highest one is 87.
You want to run 90s or?
Yeah, we can do that. 90s is good. Still need some loot. Need to get some better pieces. I got the base set thrown together, and that's it. You know.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get ancients, full ancients.
Yeah.
I got some. I augmented those primal gloves I got yesterday.
Nice. One of these days, I'll get me a fancy piece that's worth an augment. Oh, I actually have a piece probably on my Witch Doctor that's worthy of an augment, but I'm not gonna do. I'll probably do the Barb first.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. That's what I usually do. Like, I'll fully augment the Barb and
Oof, got it. Walked right into that one.
You don't really need augments to do gold farming.
Right, right. Are you gonna work on that witch doctor at all this season, or?
Yeah,
Still unsure.
I'm still missing those items.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I abandoned. I quit witch doctoring, and look what happened.
Wow, I mean, it hasn't even been a week.
Oh, I know. It's so funny.
I've got plenty of time.
Jesus, dude, I keep stepping into shit.
Yeah, but it shouldn't kill you.
I don't use that that cheater ability that you use.
More pain?
No. Well, I wasn't keeping my ignore pain up is the reason I was dying.
Are you talking about the proc?
No, the passive. I don't use the...
the proc.
Yeah.
Dude, I never proc.
No, do you even see it proc?
Rarely. Like, when I was doing the hundreds, I procced once. And I must have done like 40 of them today.
Oh, dang. Well, it's just a matter of... This is the first match I played all day. I got to get back to spam and ignore pain, which, the witch doctor was pretty run around and hold down the one button every couple seconds. So I just got to...
What's your health at?
792. I'm actually a little healthier than
That's actually more than me.
Yeah, I'm healthier than I need to be, but if ignore pain's not up, then...
That's a good amount. Do you focus on resist all, or are you just wearing whatever you can get?
Once I get a better set and start pushing, I'll focus on resist all. But I mean, right now it's like
gems, though, right?
No, I'm using all strength gems.
No, that's why, dude. Take that off.
Well, that's what I always do. I don't usually put the other gems in until I'm actually pushing. Well, I guess we are kind of 90s, plenty high enough to one shot.
I always resist gems. It makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
You don't want to miss a gem up, You figure how many rifts we've run. And
I have missed so many gem ups, Joe.
And a fishing.
I always play glass cannons every season. I'm so used to missing gem ups. It just doesn't bother me near as much as it does you.
So empowering is just the cost of doing business.
That's it, man. The cost of doing business. No, I'm so used to playing all these glass cannons. You're just gonna die every now and then,
Alright, so those are 90s.
Need to work on that.
I wish they would tell you the maximum on the gem before
Which one
you
is
actually
it?
hit it. So esoteric caps at 100, but it doesn't actually tell you the cap.
It doesn't show it on the gem, huh?
Until you actually get to 100. I could have sworn in previous seasons you can mouse over it. So like the Legacy of Dreams, that says 0 of 99.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You have to look at your stash and not on the check when you're upgrading. No, only some of them tell you.
I can't remember how that one looks like.
Esoteric goes to 100.
Yeah, it says 0 of 100 in the stash.
Okay, so I put all the shitty ones that cap at the back. So that leaves... That leaves me like 8 gems to level for augments.
Starting the day off with nothing but junk.
That's fair. That's a...
So you always go with them right from the beginning, huh?
Oh yeah,
I always switch my chest over.
Even leveling up,
You go with topazes, right?
What's that?
Then you go with the intelligence.
Diamonds.
Diamonds.
Diamonds are resistol.
Do you get more from... Because you get resistol for your intelligence, naturally. Is diamonds more?
Yeah, but we're barbarians. We don't... My int is 77.
Well, right. You use intelligence for resistol. I think you might get more bonus off of putting intelligence gems than going with diamonds. I'm not positive, though. Because, like, on all the other characters...
will tell you to use the diamond and not the
See, everything I'm looking at says go strength. I haven't
So
seen...
now, like with an int-based character, I think you'll get more resistol from the topaz, but the barbarian is strength-based, so he doesn't get... Like, the values aren't the same. I don't have one made, or I would test it, but, I mean, a fully maxed diamond gives you 78. So you wear 5 of those.
Let me see. I'll test it real quick. I'll make a topaz here.
So all of my resistances are like 1300 plus.
Let's see. Now, how much are you getting for...
78.
You get 78 for a diamond, and let's see, what do I get for... Where's it at? Oh, here we go. So resist all is literally all, so... See, I'm at 716 physical resistance. Or... Yeah, let me just throw one in. Oh yeah, it's nowhere near as much. It's only, what? 26. That's so weird. I wonder why on all of the caster builds you don't go...
You get so much resistol from your int with the caster build that you don't need to wear diamonds.
Yeah, but resist all includes... Well, oh no, you go for armor, that's why. You're not going for resistances.
Right, and strength gives armor, so we don't need to wear strength gems for armor.
Oh, I get it. I had the stuff screwed up a little there. Let's see. Let me at least get my chest piece squared away.
You'll notice a big jump in survivability when you put in the diamonds.
Hell, I'll notice a big jump in survivability if I can just hit the damn ignore pain button. That's my real problem. Let's see, that gets my... Oh crap, I made the wrong ones! God damn it! Jesus, it's too early in the morning for me, Joe.
Dude, I got up at 6 o'clock.
That's crazy. I don't know how you do it.
My wife gets up for work, and
yeah,
there's just no going back to sleep,
Yeah. I don't have enough to do but 2.
Why are you making topazes?
Because I was making the wrong damn thing.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was complaining about.
Well, I mean, the stream is a little delayed.
I mean, I'll use the topazes anyway on my witch doctor, but
yeah,
I only had enough for 2. I'll just go with 2 for now.
I usually end up converting like the purple ones.
That's what I'll do too. I mean, you see, I got a bunch of... I've got a bunch of dye already sitting. Let's throw those in there for now. Get them out of my inventory. You like the stuff Diabolical? It still needs some dialing in. Have you looked at the new UI stuff in DDA yet, Joe?
No, I haven't done anything but Diablo.
Yeah, they added some more filtering options and stuff. It still needs to get dialed in.
You just put a topaz in your chest.
Well, I had to, because I only had 2. I didn't have enough, Oh, god damn it.
Even a crappy diamond will be better than that topaz.
I thought it was a red one.
You could stick an imperial in there and it'd be better.
Good Lord. Okay. I thought it was a red one, Joe.
Hey, is your wife back?
She's on her way back. She should be back in like 4 hours.
Told my wife what you were saying last night. And she laughed her ass off at that. This ain't my first time.
Yeah, I went. I vacuumed the house, and I got.
Look at you trying to score points.
I got some chili going in a crock pot, so she'll have something to eat when she gets home. Oh, I got all the points, man. The wife. Oh yeah, that's a huge difference already. I would have died to that explosion right there.
I don't even move out of the way of those explosions.
Yeah, I vacuumed, and what else did I do? I did the dishes even. Of course, discarding of all of the evidence, all of the pizza boxes and Coke bottles and everything was like #1 priority. So I got all that done. I'm gonna start. I got a diabolical. You mentioned DDA. I got a survey running over on my. One of the bad parts about being all excited about a game, when you do what I do, you know, what I do is guides and tutorials for new players. Well, when you get all excited about playing a new game, you end up blazing through the game. And like right now, I'm in super high stats for everything. I can't do a base progression video of how you get through hard mode when you're level 25, do you know?
Well, that's how you ended up with like 5 DD2 accounts.
Oh yeah, well I got my second DDA account. I haven't even started on it yet, but I've got it on my...
Well, so how are you doing a second account?
I'm gonna have to manually swap the save files every time.
So, I mean like through Steam or...
No, and there's a local save file folder, so if I log in...
No, I meant like where did you buy it? Like for what platform?
Oh, through Steam, yeah. I mean, I've got it for the Switch and Xbox and all as soon as they release for there. I've got all those coming from Kickstarter.
So you've got multiple Steam accounts. It's like I bought one.
Oh, I've got like 7 Steam accounts, man.
Yeah, I tried to get it to work with sandboxing, and it didn't work.
It's because of that profile thing, you know. Well, now that I have a second account, maybe I'll do some experimentation there. Give me all your loots, Mr. Bone Warlock. How's the wife doing with having to work from home?
Oh, she's fine with that. She's just...
You're not driving her nuts.
Hoping to not get... No, Mike. So, the house is like... It's a 3,600 square foot house.
Oh, okay.
And I'm in the computer room, which is like way on the other side from where she is in the living room. So...
That's fair. Our house here is so small. We had a big house in Vegas. When we bought the house in Vegas, the housing market was so incredibly good. Right place at the right time. And we ended up buying a really big house. It was 3,900 square feet. We sold our 3,900 square foot house in Vegas to be able to afford a 1,100 square foot house in Tahoe when we left Vegas. The price differences are so immensely huge. In Tahoe, like a shack is $500,000, you know? Just ridiculous prices. Just give me a Primal Ancient Band of Might and quit fighting it, damn you, game.
You don't ask for much.
Yeah, that's all I want.
Give you a primal with like area damage, life per hit.
Well, yeah. I tell you, it's fun, but on the same note, last season was really fun. So, coming off of last season, going to this one,
yeah.
Last season was super fun. I mean, you know, Bluffer said it best. Last season there was shit raining from the sky. You know.
That was probably the most fun season. Was last season.
It was super fun. Yeah, Prime Incursions are all soloable. Assuming you have, if you're solo and everything else, Prime Incursions are no problem. They're actually easier solo. Everything in the game is easier solo, except the large maps, the large onslaught maps. Literally everything else in the game is easier solo. The large onslaught maps are just a matter of the map is big as hell, and it's a lot easier just to have. If you got two people, one of you can be watching each side of the map, and it's all good, But yeah, every additional person you add to a group in DD2 raises the mob health 20%. So just by nature, your defenses are going to have a much easier time killing everything if you're by yourself. Got the zappy zaps. But yeah, I did every Prime Incursion by myself the first time. Oh, the Barb is so fun right now, Jake. This is a really lazy build. For those that know me, know I've had carpal tunnel surgeries on both hands. And this is kind of a lazy carpal tunnel build. I'm basically spamming 2 buttons. I've got 1 button macroed on my mouse to cover the 4 cooldown type abilities that I have up. Your gear score doesn't matter at all. What matters is the quality of your gear score is just a number that you should completely ignore the second you get Chaos 7 unlocked. Because, you can have a really high gear score item with all the wrong stuff on it. So, it's just not, it's not a measure of anything, But assuming you've got, the highest difficulty Prime Incursion is the equivalent of doing, floor 400, 400 and change. So, assuming you're capable of doing floor 400, you'll blow right through all those Prime Incursions like they're nothing. So doing floor 400 would be a matter of having 1 or 2 defenses that are in Chaos 8 stuff, or using proper crowd control. So, if you're using a crowd control build, the Prime Incursions are all going to be a joke for you. Well, they won't be a joke, but you'll beat them no problem first try. But it's so easy to leave the crowd control out, and it's just such a major component of every single tower defense game ever made. So when you leave that out, you miss out on a lot. Ooh, do I do the 60% or do I level something? Let's just level something.
Get new wizard gear.
It wants you to play a whiz. This Echoing Fury, a lot of people were using that last season on the Barb. It's nice, some of these weapons, you can just instantly tell what they are, even laying on the ground. The Necro stuff is awesome like that. Like every main Necro item, you know what it is, just laying on the ground. Yeah, I got an Ancient Echoing Fury.
Do you need those?
Some of the higher Barb builds were using those last season. It's the Frenzy is a 75% speed attack speed boost. Well, the EV2 Shocking Revelation is not very good if you don't have the Legacy one with water on it. If you have the Legacy one with water on it, then yeah, that's going to easy mode all of the primes for you. But just using Shocking Revelations by itself is actually bad. The diminishing returns load up so fast that you don't really get a whole lot of effectiveness out of the stun. Because the diminishing returns are stacking up multiple times every second. my chair is squeaky as a mofo. I gotta get a new chair soon. This thing is...
Oh, mine squeaks too.
Oh, this one's on its last leg, though.
Mine's an expensive gaming chair. I don't know. It's squeaking.
Mine is an office type chair, but it was on sale. It was one of those super awesome sale prices. The thing that bothers the shit out of me about it is I bought this 3-year warranty, no questions asked, just return it and get full credit. So like right now, the right now it needs to be returned to get full credit, but I can't find the damn receipt. I looked through all the places that I keep warranty type stuff, and I just don't have it anywhere.
Oh yeah, we've got a folder.
Most people are either adding water damage from something else, like you could put water on maybe a proton beam and use those in conjunction with each other. But the thing you're going to remember is you want the enemy to be drenched prior to that shocking revelation hitting. And the weapon mans have such amazing coverage. But what most people now are doing that don't have the legacy combo are going with the petrify combo, which is poison and earth. And it's extremely powerful. If you search on YouTube 1 amp warrior, literally like the number 1 amp warrior, it gives you a starter onslaught build that you could push up to floor 500, 600 with. It should be the top thing if you do the 1 amp warrior deal. But that's using a proton beam and reflect beam for the petrify combo. But the benefit you get there is like weapon manufacturers can't be upgraded, so their damage output is crap, right? It's specifically just to use for either crowd control or for applying an element. So the reflect beam you can upgrade, and it does, not only can you upgrade it, but it actually does massive damage. So you get the combination of having something that's a super hard hitting AoE defense that's also applying an element and can be upgraded. So I mean, it's cheaty levels of powerful. It's so strong. You'll start using it and you'll think, oh my god, I feel like I'm cheating. This is too good, you know? But everything in the build is working exactly as intended. None of it is a bug or an exploit or anything. It's very powerful though. Now, I mean, you could get a really good effect out of it, like even, you know, I hate to even suggest it because it makes the build so boring, but like if you had a second EV2 and you built another weapon manufacturer and you put water on it, and then you're talking 120 DU per lane. But if you had 2 weapon manufacturer nodes down from 2 separate EVs with water on one and shocking revelation on the other, and you have the water placed slightly in front where the enemies get drenched first, that's going to be a pretty ridiculous beast mode build. You know, it's going to crowd control everything, and diminishing returns will be very slow. Yeah, man, I was so ready to barb it out last night, and I couldn't get in, and it was hours and hours and hours. It was like, I mean, when did we stop playing? It was relatively early.
It was like after 9, I think.
Was it that late? I thought it was earlier than that.
Was it around like 8:30 or something? I mean, I ended up watching TV till like 11:30.
Yeah.
I only watched 2
Dude, I sat there restarting Diablo until like 3 in the morning. I mean, not every second. I was watching a little Netflix too, you know. But yeah, I tried to get logged on until I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. That's one thing I need to do for DD2 is I need to put together kind of a curated tutorial playlist. Because my guides and tutorials playlist right now is so long that a newer player that's just starting the game is going to be completely overwhelmed by it. It's like 170 videos. You know, ain't nobody wants to watch no 170 videos. So I'm gonna try to get a playlist, like a curated playlist down to like 10 or 15 videos, and put together a final, because there's no more changes coming to DD2. We already know that it's done. Its progression is done. So put together like a final beginner's guide type thing. There's lots of Steam guides out there. Like Zombie Wookie wrote a really good Steam guide, but the problem with the Steam guides is it tells you what to use, but it doesn't tell you why you're using it. So you don't really learn the game at all. You say, okay, if I do this, I can do that. But then as you push into higher content, you start losing and you don't know why. And it's because you don't really know the game, you know? So, like, Zombie's got the best Steam guide for sure, out of all of them. But the majority of them, you just don't really learn anything about the game. You just are told, at this level, put this on, you know? And
Does it get screenshots for placement?
Some of them do. But what I've always tried to do is teach people how to play the game instead, and then they can use their own creativity to come up with their builds that they like the most, knowing all of the game's mechanics, you know? But I need to get like a curated playlist put together. I think I'm gonna start another DDA, like Let's Play series. And you know what, dude? I suggested that game to you for your wife last night.
Yeah.
It's way too short.
Oh, you played it?
I started checking it out this morning. It doesn't have near as much. I mean, it's a super fun game, but she'll be done with it in less than 1 day of play. Are we on different maps?
Yeah, I left the pylon for you to click.
Oh, okay. Oh, I've been grinding it out. I mean, I don't have good pieces, but I've got all the correct pieces. So I've got the right piece for every position. Hell, I'm a weakling compared to most of the people out there pushing.
Yeah, we haven't really pushed. We're just leveling gems.
Yeah, we're still at the gem leveling and augmenting and whatnot.
Yeah, I've only gone to 100, but I can do it in 3 minutes. So...
Yeah, see, I've gone to 102 on the Witch Doctor, but it wasn't no 3 minutes. It was like 10 minutes. Actually, no, it was kind of weird because I did 101. I did them on stream. I did 101 and barely got it completed in the 15 minutes. And I figured, oh, what the hell, I'll try 102 anyway. And I did 102 and did it in like 7 or 8.
Because pylons or enemy type?
Pylons, the map selection. We're actually waiting for some friends to join us there, Reckless. We've got a regular old Diablo clan that we usually get the season started together. If we were pushing, I'd say, hell yeah, give us a Z-Barb.
I don't think we've ever played with anybody who did.
We've never put a team together that our teams.
We always talk about it, but we never did it.
Yeah, our teams are always who can mash buttons the fastest and kill shit the quickest. I played with it was like 2 seasons ago. I did a few hours with a group that had a Z Necro, and I was on my, Necro course. Wonder if I'm ever going to see another Primal again. try rolling for shoulders.
I'm trying to trick the game into thinking you actually want some shoulders.
Mm-hmm. I got Ancient Spine of Savages. No, thank you. Although they do look incredibly cool. Transmog only. Come on, game. You know you want to give me a primal set of shoulders.
I cannot afford that.
Oh, maybe it doesn't.
Yeah, shoulders are kind of difficult to get all the stats you need.
Yeah. No doubt.
Hold on.
You never seen Diablo 3? It's a action RPG. Follows the along the path of the other Diablo games, although you could say Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 were very much different.
I gotta hop out for 15 minutes. My daughter wants me to take her to her friend's house.
Yeah, it's all good.
Alright, I'll be back.
Cool. But yeah, it's a action RPG. It's a super fun game. They do the seasonal thing. Like Path of Exile is a free-to-play version. They do the seasonal thing, and you know, they add in some sort of mechanic each season that sometimes it's kind of fun. Get me some gold farming going on here while he's gone. Give me that gold. Anyway, yeah, it's a super fun game. It's a loot grinder, you know. It's got a base campaign and story mode to go through, and then after that, you can start climbing in greater rifts. And then each season, they're also they put in a list of seasonal tasks that will give you various rewards. Called the season journey here. Like right now, I've only got a few more things to do, but like for completing this Slayer section, which I still need to do a set dungeon, I'll earn this portrait frame. For champion, I would earn that portrait frame. Destroyer, this one, etc., etc. Like this one is actually affects your gameplay because you earn an extra stash space, which is kind of a big deal. But then you'll get like wings, pets, various rewards for completing the seasonal stuff. And then each season, of course, there's always a theme, you know. It's a fun game. I mean, I usually only play it for a few weeks every time a new season comes. But I play the crap out of it for a few weeks every time a new season comes, you know. This is a barbarian. This is kind of a lazy barbarian build. I'll actually go through the build with you all here in just a sec. Let me wipe these guys out so I don't have to worry about death. So, we're focusing on the whirlwind ability. So, our whirlwind ability is our main focus, and we've got it set up where our whirlwind will apply rend. So, rend is kind of a secondary focus. Now, the things for the Carpal Tunnel build, I've used a Razer Naga mouse. So I've got these 4 abilities macroed. So I only hit one button and it triggers all 4 abilities. Ground Stop is a Fury generator, but it also is an AoE stun. Battle Rage increases my critical hit chance, depending on how many enemies are in my area, and it's a damage increase. Ignore Pain is going to give me damn near invulnerability for 7 seconds every 30 seconds. And then Wrath of the Berserker is just turning into a beast mode. critical hits cause enemies to erupt is the one I took. Now, as passive abilities, I didn't go anything survivability, and the smart thing to do would be to take a survivability thing here, like mainly. Which one is it? Unforgiving? No. I can't remember which one it is. Well, tough as nails would be fine. Relentless? No. Here it is, Nerves of Steel. Fatal damage instead reduces you to 15% life. For 3 seconds afterward, you take 95% reduced damage. So basically, every 60 seconds, it gives you a free life if you die. That's what I should have instead of going Brawler. But I'm going Brawler anyway because we haven't really pushed any super high difficulty stuff yet. And I mean, I do die every now and then, which I could avoid with that. But I just, you know, it just doesn't bother me that much. Most seasons I end up playing a glass cannon build, so I'm kind of used to dying. Like Joe, he absolutely hates dying. But like I love some of the real heavy-hitting glass cannon builds, so I'm just used to it. You know, you're just gonna die every now and then. And it's not a hardcore account. Anyway, but then I spam my abilities whenever they're up. Always make sure I have to keep Ignore Pain up. And just spinning away. Now, as far as the gear, I forgot to go through the gear. Jeez. Let's see, everything dead right around here? Looks like it. As far as gear goes, using 5 pieces of the waste set. So I get that Whirlwind gains the effect of the Dust Devil's rune, and all Whirlwind and Rend damage is increased by 10,000%. So it's very good. Now I'm only using 5 pieces. I'm getting the 6 piece because in my cube I've got the Ring of Royal Grandeur, which reduces the set piece requirements for set bonuses by 1. And then normally, like right now, this is a gold build, so I'm picking up gold to become invulnerability, so I throw all my survivability aside. And I've got this Boon of the Hoarder gem, which makes all enemies explode with and drop gold. So I'm picking up massive amounts of gold. Plus I get a speed boost, which is great for gold farming. I'll show you guys my Rift set when I get out of this map. I'll switch over to it and show you all what I'm using for doing the harder maps. This, of course, is just a Nephilim Rift. A T16 Nephilim Rift. So it's just in any base set of gear, you're going to be clearing these pretty easy. But the main thing I'm doing here is I'm just broke, and you can get billions and billions of gold, and it's just gone instantly. You can pay gold to get an additional chance at a level up when you're leveling your gems, which is a big deal, you know, getting that additional chance. And it gets up to the point where it's like 100 million gold just to buy that additional chance. But you see the little gold counter down at the bottom right. You know, it just started over. It refreshes if you go without killing anything for a minute, but it'll get up pretty high. I mean, it'll get up to the 50-60 million range before refreshing it all. See, it's at 3 mil now. It's probably going to drop, isn't it? And now it's still gone. See, that just that little pack, I earned 3 million gold just from that one pack. This one is not very good for mob density. On the maps that are really dense with mobs, you can end up earning, you know, you'll make 100 million plus gold just from running one 3-minute map. So you get the gold really quick, but God, you can spend it quick. That is for sure. When was the last time I played DD2? Yesterday. I mean, I've played DD2 probably 99% of all days for the last 7 years. So yeah. Thanks for subscribing there, Casey. I appreciate it. I haven't played any DD2 today, but I debated on streaming some DD2 today, but you know, this season's not even a week old yet here in Diablo, so I was still wanting to push a little more in some Diablo 3. Give me all y'all loot, Mr. Rift Guardian. Thank you very much. It's probably actually higher than 99% of all days. It's probably like 99.9 or something ridiculous like that. Anyway, if we look through, I'll switch over to my regular Greater Rift pushing set. Now, for my GR pushing set, I'm using the same basic setup. But you see, in my cube here, I've got the Ring of Royal Grandeur, so all sets are reduced by 1. If you're in my Discord server, you can type it in a bot command and it will tell you when the rotation is. I'm using Lamentation. Rend stacks twice. Remember, our Whirlwind is applying Rend. So I'm getting 2 stacks of Rend from my Whirlwind, and the damage of the Rend is increased by 150%. And then Ambo's Pride, attacking with Whirlwind, also applies Rend, and the total damage of Rend is dealt over 1 second. Now, how can I sit here and just spin forever without using any sort of Fury generator? And that's because of this weapon set. The Bull Kathos Solemn Vow and the Bull Kathos Warrior Blood. You see the set bonus increases Fury generation by 15. Plus, during Whirlwind, I'm going to gain 45% attack speed and movement speed. So it makes you go faster, plus you're generating your Fury here. Then using this Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, reduces the remaining cooldown of one of your skills by 1 second when you hit with a resource spending attack. Remember that Whirlwind is a resource spending attack, so I'm hitting with that constantly. And that keeps my Ignore Pain cooldown up. So it's normally a 30-second cooldown. You see, with my regular cooldown reduction, it drops it down to 16 seconds. And then every time I hit, there's a chance it could drop a second off of that. So it keeps your Ignore Pain cooldown going. And then using the Band of Might, after casting Furious Charge, Ground Stop, basically takes 60% reduced damage. So every 12 seconds, I'm going to Ground Stomp. And that's going to give me a 60% damage debuff that lasts, what, it looked like it was 6 seconds? Let's see. Or no, 8 seconds. Now the benefit here is you see the cooldown of Ground Stomp is faster than how long the debuff lasts. So it's 100% uptime of taking 60% reduced damage, which is pretty huge. Then we've got the Morning's Brace. Wrath of the Berserker gains the effect of every rune. So my Wrath of the Berserker skill is getting the effect of everything. And Flavor of Time. In the Flavor of the Time, it makes the pylon effects last twice as long. The big deal here is, like, some of the pylon buffs are like 45 seconds to a minute. Getting double the time, you can basically get through the entire Greater Rift just off of hitting one pylon, which is just incredible. And then I'm using Bane of the Trapped as gems. The Bane of the Trap gives me an aura around me that reduces everything around me's movement speed by 30%. But the big deal there is everything around me is then CC'd, which that gem also gives a damage increase to everything that's crowd controlled. So it basically applies this by itself. It's just free damage. Nasser, thank you so much for subscribing. Then I'm using Taeguk. Gain 5.2% increased damage for 1.5 seconds when I spend resource with a channeled skill. Remember, I'm spending resource constantly, so that buff stacks up and stays up pretty much the whole time. And then using Bane of the Stricken, and this is for the boss killing. So every time I hit an enemy, it takes an additional 1.59% damage. And then I'm going to gain 25% increased damage against bosses and Rift Guardians. Now, what this means is these guys that have like trillions of health, every single time I do damage to them, it's increasing the damage I do to them by 1.59% at its current level. So if I hit them 50 times, that's like 75% increased damage. It's a massive damage buff. So anyway, that's the build I'm using, and I go with that. Like I said, I've had carpal tunnel surgery on both of my wrists, so it basically allows me to play one-handed, because I use all of the mouse buttons on the Razer Naga, so I can do everything with my right hand. I'm going to be starting a whole new Dungeon Defenders Awakened series really soon. There, Nestor, if you go to my community tab, let me see if I still have a link here to it. Nope. If you go to my YouTube channel and then hit the little tab that says community, there's a poll going there on what you would like to see. But I would like to get that started tonight. My wife has been out of town and she's coming home, so I probably won't be doing an afternoon stream today. I haven't seen my wife in 5 days, and she should be getting home in, probably about 3 or 4 hours. Did I switch back? I didn't switch back to gold yet. Let's get some more gold here. I'm loving DDA though. I'm going to be playing it a ton. There's no doubt there. I just, Season 20 is still pretty fresh in Diablo here, so I wanted to have a little fun and take a little break from the grind while we're waiting for more DDA content. On DDA, I'll be playing on all platforms, Xbox, PS4, Switch, PC. For Diablo, I'm just playing on PC right now. I actually have an Xbox Diablo account, but I haven't played on it in many, many seasons. My wife likes to play Xbox, and she used to play Diablo with me. Looks like Joe's back.
I'm back.
What up? That was quick.
Was it?
All I did was I did one little gold farming rift, and then I kind of went through the Carpal Tunnel Barb setup.
Yeah, her friend lives here in town, so it's just a couple minutes.
Oh yeah, just a quick little drive. And she doesn't have school, right?
It's canceled indefinitely until further notice anyway, but I heard that some schools actually closed for the year.
Are they doing like some kind of online thing, or is she just...
Right now, no, it's just schools closed.
Huh.
There's
Fine.
no homework, there's no
I'm surprised they didn't at least load them up with a bunch of homework. You know.
Yeah.
Well, she's got to be loving that then.
Actually, no, she's bored.
Oh, yeah.
She's kind of being a pain about it.
I mean...
Took my fucking PS4, what more do you want?
Oh, is she on the PS4?
Yeah.
What kind of games does she like to play?
She took it to play Persona 5, and then she downloaded some kind of rhythm game. Mostly she plays the Switch. She plays Breath of the Wild and Minecraft.
People say that Breath of the Wild is like worth buying the Switch just for that game.
I actually bought the Switch to play Diablo.
Oh, really? And then ended up.
Yeah, like I didn't even play Breath of the Wild. I watched her play Breath of the Wild, so it kind of felt like I played it.
You've done a bunch of Diablo seasons, haven't you?
I only did one on the Switch,
Oh, okay.
and I actually don't like playing it the Switch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's different. Like the screen is zoomed in a bunch to cut down on lag, and the density is much lower than on PC.
Oh, yeah, because the stuff, most of your abilities go the length of the screen. Huh.
Right.
I didn't think about that. I wonder. I don't think it's like that
So
way on Xbox.
I don't know. I haven't tried on Xbox, but it made it difficult to play Impale, the Shadow Impale build. Multi-shot was okay, but I couldn't push very far with it.
Right. Yeah, but Dungeon Defenders Awaken, I'll be literally playing on every single platform.
I think I got a PC and a Switch code
Yeah.
with the backer.
I'm curious how it's gonna play on the Switch.
I should end up having extra codes though. If they're given previous tiers, I'll end up with a couple of extra codes
Oh, nice.
because I got the $300 tier.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna give to the. That's the same one I got. I don't think they're gonna give any additional. I mean, we'll see. For
No,
that,
didn't they?
like that.
Didn't they say that if you?
No, they were
got, like,
talking about that
tier-
new pre-order stuff. Like after the Kickstarter stopped, they started up that backer kit store, and then they had the official pre-order site before it launched on Steam. And there was like a special pet and a special skin that were tied to those. And like the Kickstarter backers were all pissed because it didn't, none of their tiers included it. So they were trying to actually make it so we would have to pay even more to get that stuff, but they couldn't. I guess it was against their agreement at the backer store or whatever or something. I'm not even sure.
Well, when they did that store, I bought some extra keys, or at least one.
Oh,
'cause
well,
I wasn't
yeah, you'll
sure
still
if
get that
Omni
stuff
was
for
gonna
sure.
get it. So I figured I would get an extra key just in case anybody needed one.
Right.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm getting now.
Well, you'll get all the stuff that from Kickstarter, but plus you'll get the skins and the pet from the actual pre-order store. So you'll end up getting a bunch of shit, and then you'll have all kinds of stuff for sure.
Is that account-wide stuff?
Yeah, as far as I know. So, like, you'll have that stuff. I mean, redeem
So
all
how-
that stuff on the PC, and then you'll have it, like, if you log onto the Switch.
I clicked that pylon.
That's all good. Sure, I'll.
So how are we doing it cross-platform? Like, we've got multiple keys. Do you just use the same login on the Switch that you do for Steam?
Yeah, it'll be like playing. Well, like Fortnite has the cross-platform. Did you ever play?
No, I never tried.
Oh, okay.
cross-platform.
Basically, you log into your Epic account when you fire it up, no matter what platform you're on, and it'll patch into that account. I forgot to switch. I'm still on my gold farming build.
At least you got gems.
Yeah. You lose so much of your generation when you take those weapons apart. I think it's because of the attack speed.
So what did you do for a gold farming build?
Oh, with bare bones. I popped a gold wrap on and threw on Boon of the Hoarder and accidentally sold my Avarice Band. So,
Oh no!
yeah. Gonna have to get another one. Yeah, it sucks. I had an ancient one too.
Was it good?
It wasn't good, but it was, it was an ancient Avarice Band. So, I mean, as far as gold farming, it was perfect for that, but nope.
That sucks.
Hamlin's like a dream boss on the witch doctor, because it's so dependent on having mobs around you.
Yeah.
You just become completely invincible. There's so many mobs there. Switch back over. The right stuffs.
You using the wardrobe?
Yeah. And I've already screwed that up. I forgot to save after I switched his couple of gems over. Got there. I have to save that. In case I do get that witch doctor, or that necro going here. Equip. Resave this. With gems into rat holes. Alright, now I should be good to go.
I have not seen a single ancient Mordix this season.
Really? I'll keep an eye out. I got an ancient one.
Really?
Yeah, I got it really quick. And then that... My Captain Crimson's. Oh, yeah. First craft primal.
I've got 8 Crimsons. I got a primal Crimsons, but it was...
Yeah, my first... That's the first piece I'll end up augmenting on the Barb. But yeah, I got my very first craft. Like, yes!
This crafting shit's easy.
Yep. Of course, I crafted 20 of them on the Witch Doctor and never even got an ancient.
Yeah, same for me on the Demon Hunter. I crafted a whole bunch. I gotta do more bounties.
The bounty grind, man. I mean, it's not that bad, but you go through the stuff so fast, you know? There's just so many things that you can use those bounty mats on.
Yeah, reforges, just chew them up.
Oh, yeah. That is for sure. We're getting a bunch of shorty maps here.
This map, I swear to God.
I can't stand this
stuck
one.
on stuff.
I get stuck constantly.
I mean, I don't mind the map layout, but the little crags, like the little corners, they're so annoying.
Yeah.
I keep thinking tomorrow's raid day, and I don't want to do it.
Well, it'd only take what? I mean, what are you guys doing tomorrow? MC? You'll blaze through that pretty quick.
I think it's Oni MC. Yeah, we do it. It's just 3 hours, but I don't know, just don't want to do it.
Getting to that point, well, wow, huh?
I mean, if I had absolutely nothing else to do, like if I was still playing the game, fine, but
Yeah.
I tend to just play one game at a time.
Yeah. Been doing any writing?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't written anything in like a year
Oh, dang.
since
You still have a book about that Still needs to be published, don't you?
We're still trying to find a cover artist.
Yeah.
But I finished that book a long time ago.
Huh.
I started working on a new one, and then I don't know if Classic came out or something happened, or I put it aside.
Yeah.
Because I usually don't play games when I just tend to do one thing at a time.
Right. WoW can be quite consuming.
I think that's pretty much all I play is games that can be consuming.
I think so. I think it's the same thing with me. It's like so few games. And then I complain when I play a game and I am done with it in 12 hours. You know?
Yeah. Man, another ancient lamentation. Like 3 of them now. Do you want one?
Sure. In case I ever change it up and not use that in the cube.
Well, if you use the Slanderer and Little Rogue, I think you need to...
Right. I've got an ancient little rogue, but I haven't even seen a Slanderer yet. Not even a regular one. I like this setup anyway. With the Bull Cathos, it's, you know, not as much damage, but it's just such a smooth, easy farm build. You know, it's fun and simple to play.
Well, just knowing how slow it would be to change those weapons, I don't really want to try it.
Yeah. It's a big difference. I did it, yesterday when you took a break and people were asking about it, so I switched over to... Well, I didn't have the set, so I was just using the little rogue, but the speed is way slow in comparison.
Yep. Your damage and survivability would be pretty high if you had both, though.
Yeah.
It's like 30%, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, 30% more damage to go 45% slower.
Well, it's 30% damage, attack speed, and defense. And armor.
Yeah. I like that movement speed, man. That's one of the big draws for even playing.
I think if you were doing a high 4-man, where the pace is really slow,
right?
You're just sitting there, then it would probably be fine.
Definitely. I mean, even high solos for that matter. You spend so long sitting on those elite packs, you know. I don't think the build would push near as high as last season because of that seasonal buff.
This build?
Well, even the Slanderer, the little rogue and Slanderer, I don't think would go near as high.
I think leaderboards are into the one.
Are they?
It's that build is rated one of the top 3 damaging builds alongside of the Witch Doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that, but the whole, the way you were killing all those mobs last season was because you would reset your kill counters and proc the cooldowns.
I never
over and over.
I heard about people doing that.
That's how everybody was doing it that pushed. But they were also
it was just
really high, really early. You know, that playstyle was extremely boring. I thought, though, I tried it a little bit. It just wasn't quite as fun.
I love when he spawns far away and he just stands there.
Just chillaxing. You guys can come to me, you know.
I'm trying to eat a sandwich. to start a new gym.
I got a few more, and then I'll have to too. The wife didn't call me or nothing when she left, but I saw she used. That's how I saw. I called the kid, and he didn't answer his phone. So, and the wife won't answer while she's driving. So I looked, and she filled up with gas. I looked on her credit card. Oh, there's a slanderer right there. It's my first one I've seen, I think. Anyway, she filled up with gas just north of Seattle at like 9 o'clock. But I know she's gonna take a few detours on the way home, so I'm assuming she'll be here around 5 or so. 4 or 5.
Is that a long drive?
No, if you go straight through, it's only about 4 hours, but she's gonna, she's gonna get distracted. It's a vacation from work for her, so she has no interest in coming back home yet. She's gonna prolong it as long as she can. God dang it. I get a drink for 1 second.
I was gonna say, how are you dying? You didn't change anything, did you?
No, I just haven't
Didn't push the button.
Well, I was completely AFK.
That'll do it.
It was like a Lobby trash mob. Yeah, Awaken is a new Dungeon Defenders game. It's not a DD2 in any way. It's more Dungeon Defenders 1 than it is DD2, actually. It's a brand new game. It's the next game in the series. Dungeon Defenders 2 is completed. Its development cycle has ended. So it's now the old game. And Dungeon Defenders Awakened is still being developed. It's going to release on PC and Switch in the second quarter of 2020, which will be soon. And it's going to release on PlayStation and Xbox in the third quarter of 2020. So, by the end of June for PC and Switch, and then by the end of September at the latest for PS4 and Xbox. It's got cross saves, so like a lot of Xbox players are actually playing on PC right now because they know that their account will, they'll be able to save their account data over to the Xbox, so that's a huge selling point.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Are they doing streamer integration?
They said they're going to be some sort of Twitch integration, but they haven't really talked about it at all yet. I had a funny window pop up on my in-game like a week or so ago, and I'm assuming that was a bug, but I'm assuming that they're working on it. I was live, and I had a little window pop up that stream you couldn't see on the stream. It was only on my screen, and it said, it was like some kind of a message that said like you are now live, something is effective or whatever. So I'm assuming that they're working on it, but just haven't made it far enough along to really discuss any details of it yet.
I mean, that sounds like it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it depends on what they do. Like Borderlands 3 had integration, but it was like shitty. It was let your stream chat completely troll you by spawning unkillable mobs right at your weakest moment. Because of course nobody's going to spawn it when you're chillaxed, ready to go, ready to kill something. So it ended up being a little bit irritating. I mean, you'd sink an hour into a mission and then you'd lose it because stream chat would spawn right as you're about to die anyway from killing this boss. And then your chat would spawn in a badass, near unkillable mob. So I'm hoping they don't do something like that. If they do something like that, I'll just turn it off. But they've already said that they're not going to do anything like that.
Cool mechanic.
I didn't put together a planner sheet for it yet, Mike, but I really should. But basically, we're going with Bull Kathos instead of Little Rogue. And then that allows us to use Captain Crimson's with the Ring of Royal Grandeur. So we've basically got unlimited fury. You just don't have to worry about your generation at all.
Yeah, I don't even look at it.
Yeah, I never do either. Alright, come on, Shoulders. I know you're in there.
There's a way to link your profile, right?
You have to... Yeah, there is, huh?
Let me see.
No, Siege Rollers are mini-bosses and they're goblins. So anti-goblin, anti-mini-boss. But don't do a build just for Siege Rollers, because Siege Rollers are not the mob that's going to give you a challenge once you get your stuff set up properly. Siege Rollers are kind of a joke. So I wouldn't suggest anyone do a build specifically for Siege Rollers, unless you're just bored and have lots of materials and whatnot. If that's the case, then go ham, you know. But Siege Rollers are just super easy to deal with. You just have to hit them in the butt. You hit them in the butt, they're all over, you know. But I mean, I can one-shot. I mean, I've never climbed that high, so I can't say I've done it. But theoretically, I could one-shot a floor 999 Siege Roller on my Nuke Monk. So, you know, with that in mind, I just swap to the Nuke Monk if it's a Siege Roller lane that's going to give me a headache, and start blasting, you know. I'll put a link together for that, though, Mike.
It won't let me post it.
Oh. Here, say something, anything in chat. Say anything. There you go, now I'll let you post whatever. Dirty pics. Dirty pictures.
So that is my Barbarian. Oh, that's weird. It's not showing my jewelry slot cube.
Oh, I didn't get the... I don't see it in chat.
You don't see it?
Mm-mm. Maybe I need to refresh my chat window. Maybe it's lagging. I gotta quit using Google Chrome, man. Google Chrome is a memory leak from hell. And I still use it.
Chrome.
Yeah, I still don't see it. I don't see your link. What's going on there, X?
So... here it would look like. And then you can type in your name in there. Pull up.
Oh, okay. Well, here you're in better shape than I am, so I'll link you instead.
I don't know why it didn't show the ring, but it's supposed to be the Royal Grand.
Oh, it's not, didn't show it in the cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the build we're going with, but remember, it's got the Ring of Royal Grandeur from Act 1 bounties in the cube, and that's a requirement.
Yeah, that's how you can run the Captain Crimson set along.
It's good stuff. So many builds, man, are using that. Was Captain Crimson's, was that newer? Was that level 70 set relatively new?
I think it was an existing set that they revamped
okay.
3 seasons ago.
Made it workable.
Yeah. I like when they do that.
Definitely.
Like, they really need to rework Blackthorns.
Blackthorns is like a meme.
I know, that's what I mean. Like, they could make that... You know how many primal Blackthorns I've gotten?
Oh, yeah. I can imagine. Maybe they'll redo Blackthorns right when we get our Demon Hunter Strafe set. God, I so hope it's next season. I mean, we know the Demon Hunter's getting a set, you know?
I really want a Strafe set.
That would be so awesome, man.
But I mean, if they did do a strafe set, it's got to be at least comparable to multi-shot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the point of introducing new sets if they can't even do damage on parts of the existing ones?
Yeah. See, I was surprised that the Barb got another set. Or you said this set was existing, but they changed it?
Well, the one that we're using, they just they didn't change the set. They just introduced legendary, helped it.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, this is one of the original sets.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize.
Yeah, the Savage set is the new one.
That Savage set just seems a little blah.
Yeah. I think it's more like the Invoker playstyle.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what would have been a better choice for Barb, though.
I don't know, man, but strafe needs to happen. I bet if there's a strafe set, I bet I can get my wife to play it again.
You know, if there wasn't a lot of clicking, like you can just play one-handed, I bet my play it too.
Gotta
She
get
loves
her,
the Demon Hunter.
Gotta get her a Razor Noggin, man. I'm telling you, dude, it's for people that have had. I mean, both of my wrists, when you look at them, is just massive scar tissue. One of my hands has had 2 surgeries, and the other's had one big one from dealing cards.
Did the surgeries help?
They helped right away. Like, it was constant pain, and they got rid of the constant pain. But, you know, now I got wrists that are susceptible to constant pain if I use them, you know.
That sucks. Most people complain about numbness, not pain.
It starts with numbness and goes from there, and it depends on which movement.
You leveled up.
Woohoo!
You leveled beyond numbness.
Once you, it depends on what activity you're doing. Like, it's real popular among, like, secretarial types. And for secretarial types, it's like a top of your hand type thing. And you get numbness and pain there on the top of your hand. For me, it was actually at the joint. Oops. God dang it.
Got something?
No, I accidentally clicked the rift and zoned back out. But yeah, for me, it was on the lower side of my wrist instead of like the top part of your hand. But like my mom had, years at the university. She has typed a bazillion letters. She ended up having to get carpal tunnel surgery due to constant typing, you know. And of course, a big chunk of that was before the computer age. The computer age was a lot nicer for like my mom. But
I've written books on a typewriter.
yeah, see, I mean, you know.
Well, I had a word processor. It actually lets you edit like one line before it committed to the page.
Right. Yeah, she was on. I'm sure she had a word processor at some point, but she was on, federally funded. Georgetown University is a federally funded college.
Yeah.
So she was on federal budgets. And you just ain't got no money for typewriters for professors at Georgetown when you're spending $6,000 on toilets. Or wherever that money went. But yeah, my mom ended up having it, but for her it was just a completely different thing.
I'm surprised I haven't had any trouble.
Yeah.
Like after I'm done playing, I've got huge indents in the wrist.
Yeah.
I sit on the computer for 12 plus hours a day.
Yeah. I'm surprised too that you haven't had any issues. Mine, I mean, I've been on the computer for many, many hours a day for the last many, many, many years. But mine was definitely from, on one busy shift in Vegas as a blackjack dealer. And if you're like playing single deck, I mean, you might actually pitch like 750,000 cards in one night.
Holy crap.
Now that's a busy shift with a full table the whole time. But yeah, you could literally pitch on, you know, not quite a million, but you could pitch 750,000 cards in one night.
The only issue that I have is I have a tendency to sleep on my hand because I sleep on my side. So like
I do the
on my
same
left
thing.
hand. And I would wake up and my left pinky would always be numb. And so now it locks. Like the pinky locks in place and I have to pull it back open.
Oh man. Yeah, I haven't had any problems though since I left the casino, really. You know, I had back surgery when I was 16 too, so like, man, the craps table at the casino just killed my back.
What did they do to your back? Did you get discs fused?
I got hit with a baseball bat, man, when I was 16. I had two vertebrae screwed together. They're fused, and then a third got where they replaced that little cartilage in between.
What did they replace it with?
It's a synthetic thing. I've never had an issue with it. I've had more problems with the screws than anything.
How so?
Just the weirdest things. Like you don't, you know, you could do something that is like 0-bit strenuous, like bending over to get something out of a low cabinet or whatever. And it's like you can feel something. Because mine was actually, it wasn't fused from, you know, it was fused from an injury, is why mine were fused together. So, like, the individual vertebrae themselves were fractured. And you can feel something, like, shift, and it's just excruciating pain. And it's, like, it's not literally just doing nothing. Like doing something that you've done a bazillion times and never had an issue doing, you know?
Huh. I wonder, I mean, is the screw close to it?
Well, yeah. I mean, the whole thing is, it's all...
No, I meant like maybe it's touching.
That could be. I haven't had it looked at in a long time. You go to the doctor now, and as soon as they look at my x-rays, all they do is start writing prescriptions.
Jeez.
Nobody wants to mess with it. Which, you know, I don't want them to mess with it either. But if there was, like, a newer technology that would fix the problem, then, of course, I'd be willing.
Yeah, I've got back surgery in my future.
Yeah, it's no fun. The technology has come a long way, though. All the laser stuff is...
Well, I've got moderate arthritis. So it's like... crushing nerves.
Yeah. Get you a stand-up desk, man.
I don't want to stand.
You ain't having none of that shit? I'm gonna end up switching to a stand-up desk when we move, but I'm gonna build a custom one. Well, I'm gonna attempt to build a custom one and then have somebody else fix it for me after I screw it all up.
Have you used one before?
I've never used one before, but I've had 20 different doctors tell me I need to get one.
My wife told me about it. She said that they're adjustable, like
Yeah.
and then they raise so that you can stand.
Yeah, you can do up or down. I mean, you know, you're gonna want to do that. Really, I'm gonna try to build one. They're really expensive. The custom ones are, but they make a thing. Like there's several companies now that make a thing that goes on top of your regular desk, and you like bolt it onto the top of your regular desk, and it converts it to. You know, you can stand up if you want or sit down when you want.
Yeah, I don't ever want to stand.
That's fair. That is fair.
I mean, sometimes my leg will hurt, you know, from the sciatica.
Right.
Stretch it or whatever, but... Yeah, man, if I'm playing games, I want to sit with my legs up.
Part of it is too, it's just what kind of setup you had. Like, I had a pretty sweet setup when we lived in Vegas. But, you know, we lived in Vegas. I was rolling in the dough.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, when I first switched over to casino, man, the timing couldn't have been better. It was just the time to be in the casino business, so it was good money. And then the tips were so good as a dealer, they couldn't get anybody to be a boss. So to be a boss, they ended up having to offer higher end salaries.
Yeah, I never really thought of that. Like, what's an average night of tips for a dealer?
25 years ago, you have an average night was probably $300 a night.
So do they like make your salary adjusted for that? Like they give you less than?
Yeah,
I feel like they expect you.
Like towards the end, the salaries changed because the tips dropped off, and they ended up getting rid of all the people that were grandfathered in at high salaries. But by then, I was doing the classes, and I'd start, instead of working for a place and doing the class and collecting a salary, I would do a consulting job where I'd work for them for 3 months or whatever and give the class, and then I'd move on to another casino and give the same exact class over again. I got a pretty good reputation for roulette classes, where roulette is a game where it's very, very easy to get yourself overwhelmed with the math.
How did you get into all that? Because you were working with the oil change stuff.
Yeah, I had a friend that was a pit boss at a casino, and he taught me how to deal blackjack, and I started off dealing blackjack, and you know, I guess I was good at it, and I just learned really quick. I mean, I've always been good with math. When they saw, like, I was having no problems with, like, the blackjack conversions and stuff, they started talking to me about craps, and then I learned how to deal craps, and craps can be math intensive too, and I did really good at that. And then when I switched over to roulette, I mean, my last days dealing roulette in Vegas as a dealer, I mean, I'd be paying out something that's, you know, $48,000 or whatever, and they wouldn't even bother coming over to check my math. They just knew it was right. I mean, they should have. I would have came over and checked it. I never really
thought about that it's math intensive. Did dealers ever make mistakes?
All night, every night. That's the whole reason behind the constant breaks. Like, now they don't, now it's more corporatized. Like, when I started in the casinos, it was the era of, if you wanted your business to make more money, you generated more sales. Now it's the era of, if you want your business to make more money, you cut costs. So back before, it was keep the employees super happy. If the employees are happy, they're dealing faster, they're processing the customers faster. The customers are not as pissed off that they just lost all their money. You know. But it's just, it was a whole just corporate mentality change in the U.S. And now it's just all about pinching pennies. And, you know, of course, the first thing to get cut is the employees.
People, yeah.
And, you know, like I said, by that point, I already had a bit of a name for myself in the craps and roulette classes. And it's, you know, for a bigger casino that doesn't have an in-house instructor, it's, you know, you set your own. It's like, you need the class, I don't need to teach it. So if you want it, this is what it's going to cost. You know? So you could set your own thing. No, I'm just playing different stuff no more, really. The Barbarian is such a good speed farmer. So I've been using the Barb. I started a Barb to get my gems and stuff leveled up. I'm definitely going to use the Witch Doctor as like my single player push. It's really good. That new Witch Doctor set is crazy good. but it's just not as fast as just rolling through everything with the Barb.
Yeah, it's hard to go back to a slower play style once you've been spinning around.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing these 2-minute runs, and then even going back in and doing 3.5-minute runs on the other character, it just feels so insanely slow in comparison, you know? No, this is this season. I don't play my standard characters anymore, really. What is it that we're looking for on shoulders?
So, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do strength vitality, cooldown. No, I guess there's not 2 ways. Which the ideal piece will have strength, cooldown, resist all, and rend percent. But the best I can usually get is strength bite, resist cooldown.
I've got strength, resist all, rend percent, and 11% life.
Wait, let me see.
Is what I'm actually wearing now.
That's a close second. I mean, percent life isn't as good as, but that's pretty good.
Right. Demon Hunter is like the king of speed. But the Demon Hunter will, like, if you're using it to push gems, it gets way, way slower. Unless you go... What is it you have to go to push on a
Shadow.
Demon Hunter? Shadow, yeah.
You can push with multi-shot, it's just slow. Because you've got to
yeah.
kill everything. There's no skipping stuff.
I pushed with multi-shot last season, and I went higher than I've ever gone before on the Demon Hunter.
Yeah, it's interesting. This season, you know, Shadow and multi rated the same. And they're kind of rated low.
Yeah.
Like C tier. So they're due for some kind of a buff, just to stay relevant.
Boy, that strafe set would sure get the job done.
Dude, if there was like a strafe set that topped the DPS the way the Witch Doctor set's doing, that would be awesome.
That would be amazing. Hell yeah.
I don't even care what the season theme is if they did that.
Normally, that's what I do, though, Nomar. Usually, like, Joe plays Demon Hunter first every season. And that's normally what I do as well. I mean, not just because it's fast, but because, you know, if you got friends playing the same one, then of course you're going to have it geared instantly from the loot sharing. But, this season, I was just really stubborn on that Witch Doctor, and the problem is I was playing with 3 speed barbarians, and so constantly the whole map, I was like, we would need to run into 2 elite packs together for me to catch up with them. And the whole time I was just running behind, clearing out the trash, and you know, so I needed a speed setup, and I couldn't find. I wanted to do that air cure chicken, but I just couldn't find the pieces.
Oh, it's so squishy.
Well, you know I like those glass cannons, though. I don't mind the dying, but if you can't find the pieces, you can't find the pieces, you know.
There's 2 ways to play it too. You can build that with the health, build it with the air cure.
Yeah, the air cure one is the one I wanted to do.
That's the squishy one. The Helltooth is actually kind of tanky.
The thing with the air cure is that was the starter set, so I got that for free.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, it just started Friday, the new season. We've been playing all weekend. Last night, the servers were getting DDoSed or something and couldn't play from like 9 p.m. my time till... Well, I said the hell with it and went to bed at like 3 a.m. Get your laser beams out of my face.
It's a dance show.
Yeah, my non-seasonal, I think, is like... God, it slows down so much, but I think it's like 1,800 Paragon now.
Yeah, I mean, typical season, I only get like 200 more Paragons to carry over, just because of the way the growth works.
Yeah.
My non-season's like 2150.
Yeah, it's just so the diminishing returns, man, they stack up quick. We're in North America. I just don't get why Blizzard does that with the separate characters for Europe. I've got a ton of people. Yeah, like if you log in from the launcher on Europe, you can log in and play on Europe, but it's a completely separate account. You don't have any of the same characters. Nothing.
Yeah, no thanks. Oh yeah, they have separate leaderboards.
Yeah, I just don't get why they do that. I mean, why not just allow you to swap regions?
I don't know.
It just makes no sense to me. It's something from the World of Warcraft days. Like even the servers, the World of Warcraft servers, if you were a North American account versus a European account, way back in the day, you just couldn't play with somebody from Europe. You know? Now, of course, you can, like towards the end, I played on an Aussie account because of my late night living.
What's the what kind of latency do you get if you?
In WoW, it was nothing. It was like not enough.
No, I meant here at Diablo, like right now.
I've never played on the European servers, so I'm not really sure.
Because if you had enough people wanting to play with you, you could always.
Well, yeah, I could start another character.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was enough people willing to play with me, then I could get one of them to power level me. Man, I'm gonna keep that just in case. Let me find a spot in here. I know I can find a spot in these bags somewhere, Joe.
You gotta finish the season journey, get yourself another tab.
Another tab to fill up.
And then immediately just throw a bunch of shit in there. That's a problem for future me.
That's right. No, D3 it's a... When did it originally launch? 2011?
Which one? This?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's been around a long time, and as far as the base systems of the game, I mean, obviously they've had lots of changes to the game over the years, but the base structure of servers is still the same as it was way back in the day. Why am I going so slow all of a sudden? Did I just accidentally...
Spider webs on the ground.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stay out of the spider webs.
I think I've been trained at an early age to play games wrong because every time there's shit I'm supposed to have games like this,
you go right
for
through
some
it.
reason my instinct is to run for it. You know, like when the chicks are shooting the fucking fireballs at you and you're like, oh, you should probably dodge those, but my instinct is like, catch them!
Face plant. What's going on there? Man, do not breathe the coffee. Holy shit. Give me one sec.
Sounds like virus to me. You're trying to infect my computer.
I'm not trying to infect your computer. No, I just took a sip of my coffee and just completely inhaled it. Anyway, I'm doing good, Thaden. I got a little stream in order before I've got to do my last minute blaze through the house and make sure there's nothing around that's going to get me in any trouble because the wife gets back home tonight. But I've done the first pass already. What is rebirth? I don't know.
Rebirth. That's when you take an existing non-seasonal character and you convert him to a seasonal level 1.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. It's an option. I don't know why.
Well, you would lose all your stuff, wouldn't you?
Maybe if there's a character limit, like you can only have so many characters.
Oh.
But I always make a new character.
So do I.
And then, because everything you get from season will go into your mailbox, and then you can just take it out whenever you want.
Yeah. Now, how do you deal with your stash on your standard? You just don't put anything in it?
No, I have everything organized in the stash.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that the stash all gets dumped to your mailbox too every season.
Everything from season goes to your non-season mailbox.
Oh, but your non-season stuff is fine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I need to get my stash set up on my non-season, because right now I've got characters just to hold stuff. I thought that the stash was getting completely dumped to
No,
mail.
it all goes to mail. That means your non-season.
I end up deleting the duplicates. What I do is, like, I go through, you know, like this Barbarian. At the end of the season, what I'll do is take any gear that's better on this Barbarian than what I have on my non-seasonal, and I'll move that gear over to that character, and then I'll delete this one.
Yeah, I'm really picky about what I save non-season. Like, it's the best of the best.
Well, yeah, as far as your
my
non-seasonal.
non-season Demon Hunter has 23,000 dexterity.
Holy crap, dude. That's crazy.
I mean, a lot of that is from Paragons, but he's wearing, like, the best gear I've ever found across every season.
Right. If you rebirth, you get all your non-seasonal stuff on that character in the mail. Gotcha. I just don't think I would ever want to rebirth. I just always create a new one and then I'd get rid of him at the end of the season, you know?
Yeah, because you can name your characters anything you want. Like, it doesn't matter if you have two. But if you have so many characters that you don't have space to make a new one, then yeah, I guess rebirth is your only option. Like, I know a lot of hardcore players who literally have, 15 characters or whatever.
Right.
And then I know other people who is done with everything. They don't save anything.
Huh.
The weather's been kind of weird here. It's raining and the temp dropped another 10 degrees.
Dang. It's pretty nice here today. I ended up opening... I got all the windows and doors open right now. God dang it. I just did it again. And why the hell I keep doing that? Clicking out of the rift after we join it?
Gotta click the glowies.
Yeah, you can only have like 15 characters. Yeah, so I mean, I do have 2 Necros right now. Because I've got one lazy, like, GR90 or lower farmer that's in a pretty ridiculous bone armor set. Like, almost all primal. But that's just from, same thing as Joe with his Demon Hunter. That's because I love the Necro and I end up playing a Necro every season. So just, I'll pick up one more item or whatever each season and it'll all go to that character. So I've got 2 Necros, but everybody else I've only got one of each character that I keep non-seasonal.
I was doing that, just having one and using the wardrobe.
Yeah.
But I went ahead and made, I saved a second Demon Hunter. So now I've got one set up as multi-shot and one set up as Shadow, just so I can reference it during the season.
Right, that's a good idea.
Just because my memory is not so great anymore. And then it's also good to be able to look at it and I can item.
I take lots of breaks there, Dominic. I mean, DD2 is the old game now, so I'm playing DDA more than DD2. But yeah, I mean, I've played DD2 for 12,000 hours between all the platforms and accounts, so I've had to take breaks from it. Got a shield. If not, you end up, if you just grind it non-stop over and over and over and over again, and you never take a break to do anything else, in any game, you're going to end up getting sick of it, Yeah,
that would be boring.
You got to mix it up some.
Unless you're playing with people and the people make it fun.
Well, right, but then it's even could be said it's not the game, it's the people,
Yeah.
But yeah, DD2, I've played DD2 for, what, almost 8 years now.
Long ass time, yeah.
So it's... I mean, I would love to see new content come to it, but it's done,
I'd love to see some new tower defense games.
Orcs Must Die 3, dude, I'm really hoping Satisfactory's really successful and they dump all that cash into Sanctum 3. That would be
but if
so
they did,
awesome.
that would be That would take years.
Well, yeah, there's nothing on the horizon right now other than DDA and Orcs Must Die 3. Failed. Gonna have to start a new gem. I hate rolling at 60%.
Yeah, well, like when we're doing all these 90s, I'll go ahead and
Just start another one up.
then start another one.
Yeah.
I won't go past 30%.
Completely ran out of gold.
You're out of gold?
Yeah. I haven't done any gold farming at all.
Do you need to do some puzzle rings or something?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. I can't do, I can't afford another empowered rift right now. I've got a few puzzle rings. I think.
Yeah, I've got some too. Let me switch. Like, I'll save the ancients for a full group, but
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of regulars.
I switched the gold set. Yeah, I did. I just answered that question, Dominic. Maybe you need to refresh or something, dude. I just went through a whole spiel about DD2. Puzzle rings are nice.
Yeah, I'm up to 92 million streak right now. Now it's 135.
I need to do a better gold set, dude. I'm at 46 mil. Well, it's just incomplete. Right now, I'm only using the gem and the belt.
Well, it's because you have to get the killing blow.
Right.
So if I wasn't shooting them, you probably would have ended up with much more gold.
Oh, your phone shut off. It's all good, Dominic. Yeah, it's true. Nice little chunk of change, though. Let me get there. That was, what, almost 300 million gold.
We can run some normal riffs. Oh, you got 300 million for that one ring?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll just do a bunch of rings then. That'll be faster.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. Satisfactory is super fun, Thaden. For me, the next time I play it, it's going to be like starting a brand new game. They've added so much stuff since I played it last time. It's definitely a good game. Have you seen all the stuff they've done for that, Joe? It's crazy.
Yeah, a buddy of mine plays it still like a lot, and he was streaming it to Discord to show me some of the stuff. They have Futurama-style transport tubes.
Oh, yeah.
And
Show
he
was making a roller coaster with them.
Yeah, they have like accelerators, and so he did a whole line of accelerators up to a ramp, and he shot himself so fast that he flew off the map and died.
Yeah, I've seen somebody do that too.
Rain is coming down.
Oh, is it pouring out there?
Yeah.
Well, you guys need that shit. It's only like, what, a couple times a year? You get your
We
monsoon
average like
season
11
or whatever?
inches.
Yeah.
11 a year. We got most of it during monsoon season.
Yeah.
A lot of gems.
I'll never forget that dust storm, man. When I was doing that car wash and quick lube at 44th and East Thomas there.
We don't get those anymore.
No?
Everything has been paved. That's back when we had deserts.
Oh, yeah.
don't
Now
have
it's
them.
all paved over, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that was so intense.
It used to be dangerous because people would crash into each other because they
Oh,
couldn't
hell
see.
yeah. That was crazy. I didn't think about that. It's been a long time since I've been in Phoenix area.
Well, I've lived here since 1981. And, God. Like, we did have a pretty bad dust storm like 2 years ago, I think. But it's really rare. And it used to be like like every summer we would just have dust storms and tumbleweeds. I can't remember the last time I saw a tumbleweed on the.
Oh, you don't see tumbleweeds anymore either, huh?
No, but when I first moved out here, they were everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Giant ass tumbleweeds.
I can remember when I went to University of New Mexico for a year, and I drove over to, what's that lake? Lake Powell up north of, or no?
That's one of them. Yeah, well, we got a bunch of lakes here.
The big one that the Grand
I
Canyon
went to
comes
the
out
one.
of.
For some reason, I went back in.
That's all good. I think it's Lake Powell.
There's Tahoe, Lake Tahoe, Lake Mary, Powell,
It's that big sci-fi looking one, man. It looks like something you'd see in a sci-fi movie.
Saguaro Lake.
But anyway, we drove over there from New Mexico, and I remember coming back. We were going across that highway across northern Arizona that goes over to like the Four Corners area, and there was an underpass that was completely blocked with tumbleweeds, and I like sped up to like 100 miles an hour and blasted through that thing.
Oh my god!
It was the most awesome thing ever. Because they like disintegrate when you hit them, you know.
Yeah.
That I was in a car I didn't care about getting all scratched up. I had an old beater, you know.
Are you out of rings?
Or no, I've got more.
I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I've got 12 regulars and 2 ancients.
Dang.
I remember flooding used to be a really big issue too. Like during monsoon season, a lot of roads would tell you, don't try to cross because, you know, we have a stupid motorist law where if you try to cross one of those things when your car gets stuck underwater, then you have to pay for it.
A stupid motorist law.
That's what they call it. They call
Is
it
that
the
really
stupid
what they
motorist
call
law.
it?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I remember in Vegas, right in the middle of town. Like it's on, for some reason, I think it's on Sahara. It's right off of the, right off the strip. There's an underpass where when they built the underpass, I think the existing road was up above was already there. So instead of like bridging that road up, they dug down for the underpass for this other road. And now when the monsoon season, the monsoon season hits in Vegas, that underpass completely floods. I'm 863 now, so I mean I'm definitely not the highest out there, but I'm doing okay.
I mute myself and died.
I saw you died there. I thought you had to have got AFK or something.
The dog wouldn't shut the fuck up.
He's just saying hi.
Dude, I just got another puzzle ring. That's 2 in a row where I got a puzzle ring.
Yeah, this season, every season there's some kind of theme. This season you can use anything in the cube. So like if you wanted to put 3 weapons, you know, say you wanted to go 3 weapons here, you could go 3 weapons, you could go 2 weapons in a ring, or you can use anything. 3 rings, 3 necks. That's the seasonal theme. Sadly, most of the builds are...
They're pretty set with the slots.
Yeah, most of the builds are pretty set with what slots you would use.
I didn't read the patch notes, but I know they changed some legendaries this season. I just don't know what they did.
Yeah.
But the big thing this season is there's new set
It's a jelly.
Wizard, Witch Doctor, and Barbarian.
Yeah.
Which leaves what? The Demon Hunter is the only class that doesn't have... And the Necro. Oh, my bags are full.
Well, these jellies will do that to you.
Yeah, let me go back to 10.
Have you ever seen, have you ever logged into one of these and had like a bunch of jellies?
More than one?
Yeah.
Only on an Ancient.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it's possible on an Ancient.
Yeah.
Just because there's so many.
You think we sound alike?
Really? I don't think we sound alike at all.
I don't either. You have an ancient chest already?
Yeah. Let's see. Do you not need that one?
No, I've already got one.
That one would be better for me because the one I have has elite damage and I want something.
I'll throw it on the ground and get out of town here.
Cool. You still need your cosmic wings, right?
Yeah, I don't even know where to farm those.
You gotta farm rainbow goblins.
Yes, I have no clue how to farm rainbow goblins. You'd have to be part of a community, wouldn't you? Because you just never see them.
You don't have to. It helps, but yeah, there's spots that are more likely to have a rainbow, to have a goblin than other areas, and then you just keep running to all those spots hoping to get a rainbow.
Ah.
So like, you know, the first one is you go to, on the way to the Skeleton King, there's 2 spots where goblins are more likely to spawn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They nerfed some of the spots. Thanks. So I don't know if the farming route is the same as it used to be, because I haven't had to 4 seasons now.
Right. Right.
But I've had
That's all
I've had
mine.
4 rainbow goblins so far this season.
Nice. Well,
Say
that
you're
was
out of rings.
that was 4 rings, and that was $1 billion gold off of 4 rings.
Do you want to keep doing them?
I don't care. I mean, if you want to do another, I'm not going to complain. I know I'm going to spend it all. 90 million a pop or whatever. It'll be gone in no time.
Yeah, you can go through the gold pretty quick. I farmed up something like 3 billion before you logged in today. Or I got myself to 3 billion.
Yeah. See, I just need to do some farming. I haven't done any farming at all, really.
Yeah, I was sitting at like 130 GR keys.
Yeah. See, I never got to that point this season.
Oh, the Demon Hunter, it's super fast.
Hell yeah.
Still recharging.
I did a lot of farming last season. Last season, I want to say I think I probably did more augments than any other season. Like I had the Barb completely decked, and then I did the Demon Hunter completely as well.
I fully did the Barb, and then I think I only augmented pieces that I knew I would keep non-season, the Demon Hunter.
Oh, right.
Because I got a bunch of primals last season.
Still recharging.
Hell yeah. The primals are still coming for me. They have yet to drop yet. I've seen a few, but they've just been complete meme pieces.
Yeah, I've got one that was really good. All the others have been crap.
Yeah.
But that's the nature of primals, is that most of them are going to suck because it's always the common items that go primal.
Yeah.
Flavor time. Cooldown crit hole. That sucks. So I've got 4.4 billion now.
Damn. I'm at 1.2. Or 1.3 almost.
My wife is texting me. I gotta get the dogs. Be right
Sweet.
back.
I can't pick up anything else.
You look like you could use a new item of, And don't forget, luck always changes. See you soon.
I can't carry.
Man, that one single waste piece. Jeez. I'm trying to get these upgraded to an ancient. Well, I mean, preferably a primal, but realistically an ancient. I still have I gotta do what? Shoulders, gloves, and pants. Before, you can't augment it if it's not an ancient. So you want at a minimum to have ancient pieces on every slot. And I've still got quite a few slots without. I do have a primal Captain Crimson's on my climb set. But I still need an ancient band of might. Shoulders, gloves. I'll probably never get the boots because I have to farm bounties to get materials to craft those. Wonder if I have enough to craft some right now. Let me see. No. Nah, I need these corrupted angel flesh. And bounties suck. It's my least favorite thing to do in the entire game is bounties. You know what? I don't even need that in a gold farming set. We're good with strength. Because you're practically immune to damage from the gold. The deal with the gold farming set is you go with a gold wrap, 1 gold pickup, gain armor for 5 seconds equal to the amount it picked up. So you end up just getting millions and millions and millions of armor value you're running around with, so nothing does any damage to you. And then you use the Boon of the Hoarder, of course, 100% chance on killing an enemy to cause an explosion of gold. So every enemy you kill is just throwing gold everywhere.
Okay, I'm back. We had company, and my boxer went and jumped up on the couch to sit next to them. you want to do another ring? Hold on. Something's not right. I can't hear anything. Okay, say something.
Oh shit, I had you muted again. God dang it.
There it goes.
Oh, I just said, no, I muted my microphone for a second. The cat was getting uppity. But my wife
No,
is...
I went out of range and my headphones turned off and then they wouldn't turn back on.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, my wife is, she's probably 20 or 30 minutes away. She's making really, really good time. So I've got time. You said you had another puzzle ring. I figured you could do a puzzle ring and maybe a couple of riffs, and then I'll have to take off. Gotta do the last minute sweep. Make sure there's nothing incriminating. The floor's been vacuumed. Well, the whole house has been vacuumed. The dishes are done, and the pizza boxes and Coca-Cola bottles are all discarded already.
You've even got dinner going.
And dinner's going. So, I mean, I've got steps in the right direction here for sure. You know how it goes, Thanen. I gotta make sure to do the right things, you know?
Earn faction with the wife.
Yeah. Gotta earn my rep points. God, I wonder how long I was muted now.
Yeah, I thought you were AFK when I got back.
Nah, I was chatting away. Talking to myself. Maybe that's why the cat was meowing at me to begin with.
Dude, you're muted. I remember the first time they introduced this puzzle ring stuff. I was in a group, like a public group, and I got one. I'm like, oh, I got a puzzle. Let's do it. And I put it in, and I accidentally extracted the power.
Oh, no. That's funny. Dang. Keep thinking your pet's a little goblin trying to kill him. God, she must have left early if she's made it that far. Well, she was talking about driving over to Portland. So she either didn't drive over to Portland or she left really early this morning, which is possible too.
What's in Portland?
She's got some friends there. She wanted to go have lunch with him. One of her friends from Vegas that she grew up with lives over in Portland. Sweet. Awesome. That should get me through the day a little bit anyway. Yeah, I'm almost at 2. I'm at 1.75 bill now, so
Yeah, it piles up pretty quick.
just so amazing how fast you can spend it.
Well, I mean, to empower a 90, it's like, what, like 90 million gold or something?
Yeah. Just burns.
Are you taking off, or?
I probably got time to do like a rift or two if you want.
I mean, I have 10 more rings.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I'm good with that too. I ain't gonna turn down the gold. What's going on, Nibber? How you doing?
Transmute failed?
Oh, it's because the rift was still there, probably.
Oh. Yeah, I wasn't even looking.
Multi-shot's just so ridiculously fast at all this stuff.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
So you didn't, you're not gonna augment your Demon Hunter at all?
It's not a priority. I mean, I will have plan to use the gems on. I will.
How far can you go? Well, you only use it for gold farming now, there, right?
Yeah, like normally I would use the shadow to level up some gems, but I got started on the barbarian so quick that I didn't have to.
Right.
So I just don't even need to.
I played Torchlight too back when it first released.
That's pretty fun.
How do you vault over and over? You're asking how?
So, I think it's the belt called Chain of Shadows. So whenever you use Impale, you get free vaulting for 3 seconds or something.
Oh,
so as long
okay.
as you're throwing, as long as you do an Impale, you get free vaulting.
That's awesome.
And then you wear the elusive ring, which gives you 60% damage reduction after you vault.
Yeah.
So Shadow becomes a really tanky build.
Gotcha. Yeah, anyway, I'll definitely be playing Torchlight 3 when it comes, never.
Yeah, I'll play that too.
I played Torchlight 2 way back in the day, right when it first launched. That was actually the very first giveaway I ever had on the channel. Was a Torchlight 2 giveaway right when it first launched. I had bought, they had like a 4-pack, and I bought the 4-pack and gave the other 3 away on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I actually downloaded their game launch. They have like their own game launcher. I forget what it's called, but it's the only way to get into the beta is to have their launcher.
Did you get accepted to the beta?
No.
I haven't either.
Downloaded it for nothing.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to do another big wave of beta invites since they switched over from that whole Frontiers thing.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird system that they were proposing the first time there.
Yeah.
Like, I know they were trying to shake things up, but it was too much like over every time you went into a zone.
Well, just trying to reinvent the wheel, you know? That's what hurt DD2. They had a good recipe, and they kept trying to change the recipe, and they ended up losing their original recipe in an effort to create a new recipe, you know? I mean, shit, look at WoW. You know, how little they thought anybody would give a shit about classic WoW, and then they end up doubling their subscriber base from it.
Well, that's because they thought retail was actually good, and it just isn't.
Right.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of quality of life improvements, but they lost a lot along the way. Retail is so dumbed down.
Yeah.
And it's basically a massive. Oh no! I got killed.
Oh dang!
It's basically like a massive single-player game.
Right.
Doesn't let you rest. So yeah, I mean, I guess I don't think they understand that the reason that Classic is successful is because it forces you to play with people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're encouraged. There's lots of reasons to just interact, you know?
Where's Zodiac? There's just range on that Zodiac ring for stuff to suck is just so big.
Lots of opportunities to suck.
Yeah, because all of the stuff is broken down into 0.5 percentages.
Yeah.
So it's almost impossible to get a max ring, let alone an ancient one. Keep going.
Yeah, if you want.
I got rings.
She
for
hasn't pulled up.
days.
She hasn't pulled up yet. I gotta give myself a minute before she gets here, though. I'm sure there's something. There's something that'll trigger her.
You still didn't get her fucking pistachios?
Nope, no pistachios.
Hey, what was her event in the Olympic?
She did the Super G.
Super G, what's that?
It's the downhill, long distance downhill speed thing. Just super ridiculous speeds.
So, wait, Winter Olympics? Like
Yeah.
skiing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a summer.
Nah, it was in the summer when she got injured. It was the off season. She was playing softball on a local softball team in the city of Vegas. Completely screwed her over.
Damn.
The second base wasn't secured, and she slid into second base, and the base came up, and it just snapped her leg right in half.
What?
Yep. And then instantly, before they even got her off the field, the official was over there securing the base back down properly. And she ended up losing in court because they said that the base was secured properly. I mean, she was on the Olympic, or she was hopeful for the Olympic team, so she had sponsors covering all of her medical and all that stuff.
Damn.
It's for gold here, Never. You get these puzzle rings that you can find, and you put the puzzle rings in the cube, and it opens this extra vault. It's because I was broke. Joe's given charity service here by using up his puzzle rings, but now I got 2.5 bill. That's enough for me to do. Basically, I can do 25 level 90 rifts now, without worrying about running out of gold. I've got enough gold to get them done. But yeah, that was just Joe's charitable contribution.
I'll switch over.
Oops, I went back in. I'm just trying to click the wardrobe.
Yeah, that kind of sucks that the portal's right next to their ankle.
But yeah, see now when you go to start a rift, the whole point of farming the rifts is to level up your legendary gems. Well, if you pay up front to empower the rift, and if you don't die, then you get an extra gem level up chance.
You get two. You get one for empower and one.
Yeah, and then one for not dying. But you'll see when the rift pops up here, I get the choice to empower it or not. Now I have the gold, so I can empower it, but that's costing me 61 million.
Yeah. If you're successful, you get a big chunk of the money back. But if you fail, you lose all that gold.
Right. So it's a quick and easy gold farm if you have a bunch of those puzzle rings sitting, which everybody ends up having a bunch of them sitting by the end of the season.
Yeah, I had a full stash at the end of last season.
Damn. A full stash tab of puzzle rings?
Yep.
Holy crap. What'd you do, just trash them?
No, I actually ran most of them. Season ended. So all the ancient ones carry over and I saved them.
Oh, yeah.
I love this map.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's so fast.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? These are the ones I really love on the Necro, the ones that are like a straight line running through it.
Why is it easier to control the pets?
Well, it just turns into a complete shitstorm of explosions. It's easier to navigate. The Necro just gets moving so fast. It's really easy to navigate it. And the whole time, you're popping out 2 more pets. 2 more. And just, you keep 10 of them up at all times, and just destroys everything.
I gotta try that Witch Doctor build for the...
The Witch Doctor build is super fun. I'll log back on it and help you get some gear here at some point. It's definitely fun to play. It's just slow, is the only thing. See, anyway, now when I level up, I'm gonna get... See, what's my lowest level one? That one. I'm gonna get 5 chances. You see, I got 3 upgrade chances for completing it. I got a bonus one for not dying, but I got another bonus one for spending that gold. But one thing you learn in Diablo is this 70% chance is bullshit. It's not really 70% chance, because you'll have 90% and just fail them back to back to back to back. So you kind of have to decide what you want to level up. I'm just going to start on a new gem here because I don't want to risk it.
You know, and then I've had like at 60%, I've had like 5 succeeds in a row.
Yeah. Just any insane map, Random Rhombus. All maps have a equal chance of dropping accessory from the wave chests. So just any insane maps. I mean, theoretically, you'd want to do one of the Act 3 survivals. In theory, has the best chance, but the thing is the best chance is still really, really small of getting a super high-end piece. So really just do what's fun. But always do insane, though. Don't go down. Once you're capable of doing insane, don't ever do below insane. And I mean, you'll end up with just tons and tons and tons of accessories. I'm assuming by the time the game launches, they will change that somewhat. Because like in DD1, accessories are tied to like specific challenge maps more. like you do this particular map and you're guaranteed to get an accessory for completing the map. But of course we don't have all that content in yet, so it's hard to say what they'll do long term.
So when's Nightmare coming?
Oh, they haven't said. All they keep saying is by the end of the month. I know that they put together a testing group for it, but I'm not allowed to talk about the testing group, but...
Does that mean you're in the testing group?
I'm not allowed to disclose that
I
information.
can neither confirm nor deny that.
But the testing group is something that they just started putting together. I can say that. It was public in the patch notes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How much time do they allot for testing?
I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see.
Oh, I meant in general, not just this one.
Oh, I think like a couple weeks maybe. It's usually not an extreme amount of time. They like something like this game. They're doing the updates so quick. You know, so they'll get like they're acting on the feedback. Like in some cases live. Like you'll be having a conversation with one of the developers and they're actively changing it in the code as you're talking to them. You know, so I mean there's some stuff that there is going to be just a really quick response from, and then other stuff they just want, you know, if it's something that they want like more and more and more people looking at, then they'll allow a little bit more time. But I mean they haven't said anything other than it will be here by the end of the month, so I mean, I'm assuming it will be here before the 31st. The 31st is actually a Tuesday. I'm actually betting that it will be here on the 31st. That's just a good update day for games. Because then they got the full week to fix anything that... Because even with how testing goes, there will be way more bugs and exploits found after the game launches than what will be found in testing, you know? Just because there's so many more people. I think I better stop there and do a quick pass through the house here. Anyway, y'all, thanks for hanging out. Just a quickie. I'm gonna, for those that are just joining, I did put a survey up on the community tab. So if you look at the community tab on my channel, and I'm going to be doing some new DDA coverage, and just want to kind of see what you guys want to see, you know. I actually needed that. I had one equipped and I looked over earlier or yesterday and my follower was dead and I was like, what the hell? And then I looked at it again and I had the wrong one equipped.
I figured you need it for the Necro.
Yeah. But anyway, y'all, that is going to get it for me for today. I'll be live back tomorrow with some Dungeon Defenders, one of the games. I'm probably this week sometime, I'm probably going to do some DD2 if we don't get a DDA update, which I'm not expecting we're going to get one this week, but you never know. We might. You know, we got one on Monday, so not anticipating getting one again already, but once again, who knows? But anyway, thanks a ton, y'all. I'll see you all next time. Take it easy.